Hello everybody, my name is Kevin with Gunnery Concepts, and today we're going to be going over all of the two-handed draw techniques that I know to exist with these case concealed purses. So how I will go about this video is I will demonstrate the technique first, then we'll talk about it. So here we go. So the first one is by Katrina at Alpha Female Tactical, and she draws like this. So let's talk about it. The first step is I'm going to bring my hands to the ready position. I'm going to take my support hand, go to my deployment handle, open the bag, and establish a firm grip on my pistol. From there, I'm going to start lifting the gun out of the holster while simultaneously taking my support side hand and pulling the bag towards the support side of my body, like so. Once I've cleared the firearm from the holster, I'm going to kind of give this a little toss out of the way. I'm going to bring my elbows to my rib cage. I'm going to meet my hands together, lift my firearm to my sight line, and then press towards target. One more time, bring my hands to the ready position. Support hand grabs the deployment handle, open the bag, grip the firearm with my primary hand, start pulling the bag away as I am clearing the firearm from its holster. Drive my primary side elbow to my rib cage. I'm going to toss this bag away, meet my hands together, rotate it into place, lift my firearm to sight line, and then press towards target. So the second technique that I learned is by Bellatrix training. The instructor's name is Stephanie, and her draw looks like this. All right, let's talk about it. Very similar to the first draw method, we're going to bring our hands to the ready position. I'm going to take my support hand and grab the front of the shoulder strap. I'm going to take my primary hand and open the bag and establish a firm grip. And then from there, I'm going to maintain my support hand on the bag to stabilize the bag, lift the firearm out of the holster, drive my elbows to my rib cage, meet my hands together, lift my firearm to sight line, and press towards target. One more time, hands come at the ready position, support hand goes to the front of the strap, primary hand goes to the deployment handle, open the bag, establish a firm grip on the pistol. While maintaining good stabilization with your support hand, we're going to lift the firearm out of the holster. As soon as the firearm clears from that holster, I'm driving my elbow into my rib cage. I meet my hands together and then lift my firearm to my sight line and press towards target. The third technique is the technique that I developed, and for this you will need a waist belt or the waist chain. All right, I'll demonstrate it for you. A little bit slower. Okay, let's talk about what we did there. So the key thing with this draw is that with the waist chain or the waist belt, it keeps the firearm and the bag stable in the front of your body. So it actually helps you actively fight against the retention of the holster, which shouldn't be that tight anyways. Breaking it down, first things first is my hands come to the ready position. My support hand goes towards the deployment handle. I open the bag, and as I'm opening the bag, I'm establishing a grip right away. As soon as I establish a firm grip, I'm going to begin lifting the gun out of the holster. And as soon as I feel the holster release the gun, my support hand races to my chest. From there, I'm going to finish clearing the gun out of the holster, drive my elbows to my rib cage, meet my hands together, lift my firearm to my sight line, and press towards target. One more time, hands come at the ready position, support hand goes to open the bag, and as I'm opening the bag, my primary hand goes to establish a firm grip on the gun. I start lifting the gun out of the holster, and as soon as I feel the gun break free from the holster, this hand races to my chest. I drop my elbow into my rib cage, meet, rotate, lift my firearm towards my sight line, and press towards target. Hands at the ready, support hand opens, primary hand grips, start clearing the gun out of the holster, holster releases the gun, support hand races to my chest, drive my elbow to my rib cage, meet, rotate, lift the firearm to my sight line, and press towards target. So the last one is by the Instagram user Savage Jade. I believe her name is Jade. And I learned this technique from her a few weeks ago. So the great thing about this technique already is that you don't need the waist chain or the waist belt. However, utilizing the waist chain or the belt is really going to help you have a stable and more consistent draw. But for this, we don't need it. Breaking it down, my hands come to the ready position, my support hand opens the bag, and as I'm opening the bag, my primary hand is racing to the grip of the pistol. As soon as I feel a firm grip on the pistol, my support hand is going to race to the shoulder strap to stabilize the bag. As soon as I establish the stabilization of the bag, I'm going to lift the firearm out of the holster, and as soon as my gun clears from the holster, I'm going to drive my elbow to my rib cage, meet my hands together, lift my firearm to my sight line, and press towards the target. Once again, hands at the ready, open the bag, grip, stabilize, lift, drive my elbows to my rib cage, meet, rotate, lift the firearm to my sight line, and press towards target. Ready, open, grip, stabilize, lift, drive, meet, rotate, lift, press. So this technique is the one that I would highly recommend everybody do. It is probably the safest and the fastest in my honest opinion. Ready, open, grip, stabilize, clear, drive, meet, rotate, lift, press towards target. Ready, open, grip, stabilize, clear, drive, meet, rotate, lift, press. And at 80% speed, it looks like this. That's all I have for you today. Please dry fire and train safely.